Saturday morning, March 29th, thousands of people gathered in downtown Kansas City to march for democracy. It was unlike anything I've seen in Kansas City before. You know, we're a city of stereotypical Midwesterners. We're nice to a fault. We don't complain. We certainly don't demonstrate, or at least we never used to. Donald Trump seems to be changing that. Coming up, a preview of how you can make a positive difference by participating in the Do Something Mo food drive. And signs of life from Democrats on Capitol Hill as Senator Cory Booker heeds the words of John Lewis and finds some good trouble. Hello, I'm Tracy Steele. This is the No Kings Podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
This is America, there's no kings here!
So we're at the end of the March for Democracy, right outside Union Station and the World War I Memorial. And this crowd has been bigger than I think anybody anticipated. Most of them are collecting on the grass in front of the memorial. There were no plans for a rally at the end of the march, but it looks like there's going to be one anyway. There's a lot of energy out here, and this is the way that we win. It's going to take collective action like this. Kansas City is engaged. This is fantastic, and a lot more to be done. Would you ever have expected Kansas City to turn out like this for a protest?
I'm not surprised Kansas City's turning out, but the number of people that are turning out and the cars and the enthusiasm right now, it tells you that democracy's not dead.
My only fear is that only people already against Trump will be here, where I'm hoping it opens up and some people who voted for Trump and are not getting what they expected also attend.
I think it's beautiful. And no, it didn't. I think we can do better.
What's it going to take? How are we going to do this? How are we going to fight back?
I think it's a snowball. I think as people who were either not politically engaged, now they are because we see how it's affecting them in their real lives. They're going to start coming out of the woodwork, and I also expect the more traditional Republicans to come out of the woodwork. They're going to take longer getting there, but I do think that this is going to snowball. Kansas City isn't necessarily thought of as a big protest town. We don't have a habit of coming out in large crowds for demonstrations and rallies and marches, but clearly there's a motivation right now. Kansas City showed it today, and hopefully this is just the start, because it's going to take a lot of 3, 5, 10,000 person rallies and marches to get the attention of the people who are in control and not doing what they need to do in order for us to save democracy. So it sounds like you're pretty jaded about the political system, but you're out here today. Why are you here today?
I'm out here today because I am sick of all politicians treating the American people like pawns.
And what do you think? How do you think we get out of this mess?
I don't know.
I take a picture of your signs.
Absolutely.
My mom will love it. She's over there. Thank you so much.
I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend that I know. But the Republican politicians are definitely an extreme problem right now because they're all falling in line. They're giving away the power of the people by not checking the executive branch. Josh Hawley here, who pretends that he is a constitutional lawyer, is actively trying to get his base to overthrow the judicial branch by removing judicial appointed judges. So, it's pretty effing disgusting that these guys right here are giving up all of their power of office by checking the executive branch by just following the line. I don't even think either one of them live in the states they represent. Their bases don't care.
Then there was this guy, an Uncle Sam top hat, a fake beard, and a sign that delivers a 4-letter suggestion.
Well, guess what? The reason why I'm doing this is because now the tables are turned and I can use this and their feelings are getting hurt. Trump supporters' feelings are hurt very bad.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm doing this. I may not change anybody's mind, but the fact of the matter is, they're looking at this sign. They're going to know that when stuff goes wrong, they're going to remember this. Sure. Am I kind of a
Good trouble takes many forms. Coming up April 5th, the 50-51 and Indivisible groups are holding rallies all across the country. They're calling it People's Veto Day. In Kansas City, the place to be is Mill Creek Park, just off the plaza. The rally starts at noon. Looking further ahead, April 19th, the group I'm working with called Do Something Mo is sponsoring a food drive to support the food pantry in Parkville. It runs from noon until 3 at English Landing Park. Links to more information about both of these events can be found in the show notes.
So I want to close back where we started about us, about why I'm here.
In Washington, Cory Booker says he heard his constituents demanding he do something. So he took to the Senate floor for a marathon speech. He didn't give up control of the floor for more than 25 hours.
And so I end by saying simply this: where I started was John Lewis. I don't know how to solve this. I don't know how to stop us from going down this road. Chuck Schumer's now told me that they're greasing the skids to do these things. I'm sorry. But I know who does have the power: the people of the United States of America. The power of the people is greater than the people in power. It is time to heed the words of the man I began this whole thing with, John Lewis. I beg folks to take his example of his early days, where he made himself determined to show his love for his country at a time the country didn't love him, to love this country so much, to be such a patriot that he endured beatings savagely on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, at lunch counters, on freedom rides. He said he had to do something. He would not normalize a moment like this. He would not just go along with business as usual. He wouldn't know how to solve it. But there's one thing that he would do that I hope we all can do, that I think I did a little bit of tonight. He said for us to go out and cause some good trouble, necessary trouble, to redeem the soul of our nation. I want you to redeem the dream. Let's be bold in America, not demean and degrade Americans, not divide us against each other. Let's be bolder in America with a vision that inspires, with hope that starts with the people of the United States of America. That's how this country started. We, the people. Let's get back to the ideals that others are threatening. Let's get back to our founding documents, that those imperfect geniuses had some very special words at the end of the Declaration of Independence. It was one of the greatest in all of humanity declarations of interdependence. When our founder said we must mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. We need that now from all Americans. This is a moral moment. It's not left or right, it's right or wrong. Let's get in good trouble. My friend, Madam President, I yield the floor.
It was the longest speech in Senate history, breaking the old record held by the racist Strom Thurmond, who tried to filibuster the Civil Rights Act, but he failed. Thanks for joining us for the No Kings podcast. We're available on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, just about anywhere else you can find podcasts. Please like and subscribe. It makes a difference. And remember, this is America. No kings, no tyrants, not now, not ever. We'll see you next time.